Okay, number 9, it seems like a reasonable question, by the way. It says using a limit definition, prove as x approaches minus 2 of this function, which is minus 3x plus 5 is equal to 11. And this is, minus 2 is finite, 11 is finite. So it's traditional epsilon delta definition. So let's go to the whiteboard, and we'll write the limit down, and then we'll try to prove it using the epsilon delta definition. So again, we're on problem number 9. And number 9 is the limit as x approaches minus 2 of minus 3x plus 5 is equal to 11. Let's just check that. Minus 3 times minus 2 is 6. 6 plus 5 is 11. Looks good, right? So this is an epsilon delta definition. So what are we going to do? Start with something, and we're going to start with the given. And the given we're going to start with, this is the epsilon, by the way. The epsilon is going to be some positive number, okay? The next up is the choosing part, and the choosing part is always the toughest thing to write down, all right? So delta, I don't know what it is yet. It really goes back to the last step. So let's keep doing this, and let's put the suppose part down. This has to do with x going towards minus 2, and we want to make sure that distance is pretty small, by the way. So it's going to be x minus a minus 2, which is plus 2. This will be less than some delta. I want to point out that x plus 2, we don't want that to be equal to 0, by the way. And the reason we don't want x to touch 2, so x is not going to be minus 2. So therefore, that this thing would not be 0 then, all right? So I'm going to say if that's true, the absolute value of x plus 2 would be greater than 0. All right, let's go to the check part now, the check. The check is going to be the function, minus 3x plus 5 minus the limit, which is 11. And I got to manipulate this thing now because I'm really looking to get the x plus 2 somewhere in that problem. And you might say it doesn't look promising because at minus 3x over. Let's not worry about that too much. You get minus 3x. That would be minus 6. Let me keep moving. I'm going to factor out a minus 3 now. And you get x plus 2. And that's exactly what we expect to see, by the way. Now, the absolute value of minus 3 is 3. And then I get the absolute value of x plus 2. What do I know about this thing? It's less than 3. Well, the x plus 2, the absolute value, that's less than delta. Whoops, didn't mean to put that down. Not yet. And what's this going to be? We want this to be epsilon. So then the question is, what's the delta going to be? It's going to be epsilon over 3. Go back over here, write that down. And you're done, QED. Again, I want to remind you what red pen, black pen does. And red pen, black pen, what he does, he puts the square box down. A lot of books do this too, by the way. And kind of shade it in. And they say it's done. It's a done deal. Wasn't a bad problem to do. Thank you.